what separates Arrow from other superhero shows is its use of flashbacks. Now, on a typical TV show, the flashbacks would inform things in the present timeline. So you'd flash back to a certain character moment or some big event or whatever, and that would inform what's going on in the present of that episode. Now, there's a bit of that sprinkled throughout, and actually, there's more of that as the series progresses. But the main use of the flashbacks is to illustrate Oliver Queen's time stranded on the island. And how it's structured is that one season of the TV show is 1 year of time that he was stranded on this island. And the time Green Arrow spent on this island learning to survive and getting all his archery skills and whatever. This is the genesis of his character, like of him becoming a vigilante hero. So the plan is to do a 5-year origin story. So 5 seasons, you get a 5-year origin of Green Arrow, which really, in essence, is kind of like a 10-year origin because you got your 5 years of flashbacks and then also all the stuff in the present. So in season 1, the what happens is the big bad guy Merlin. He blows up the yacht or whatever that Oliver Queen's on, and his father and his kinda girlfriend. And this ties directly into what happens when the show begins in the present day. So in the past he finds out that it was a setup, that it was Merlin, that there's people that are out to get him, whatever, and that informs directly what's going on in the present day. So as season 1 goes on, he's starting to deal with Shadow, Slade Wilson, Edward Fires, because we got to work Shadow Edward Fires into the show, even though the characters aren't much like their comic book counterparts, because, hey, we got comic book cred, all you geeks. We read Longbow Hunters. You gotta make sure everyone knows that. They're legitimate Green Arrow fans. But the thing is, for the most part, the stuff that happened in the season 1 flashbacks didn't directly influence what was happening on the present day. Now, thematically, there's things that would inform what's going on present day. But it wouldn't be like literally like, well, Edward Fires was this bad guy I fought on the island. Oh no, here comes Edward Fires in the present day coming to get revenge. Alright, it wasn't like that. It was more like, Oliver Queen struggling with whatever, some internal struggle or whatever. And it was kind of like, or he was given like a piece of advice in the past by someone, like Yao Fei or something, and it comes in handy or whatever in the present timeline or whatever, right? So, yeah, so on the whole, I thought the first season flashbacks were really pretty cool. They didn't tie directly into the present timeline exactly, but it was like its own thing. So it was almost like a show within a show. And that was cool. It introduced Slade Wilson, so you knew you eventually going to get Deathstroke at some point. So then we get the second season flashbacks, and this involves a guy named Dr. Ivo, and he's looking for the super soldier serum that happens to be on the island that Oliver's on. So, I'm already gonna start criticizing this, and hey, this isn't even the third season, so this goes to show you the first couple seasons even has flaws. You mean to tell me that this island that Oliver just happened to get stranded on, not only was there a plot with Edward Fires and Amanda Waller to shoot down a friggin' airliner or whatever, right? But also a mad scientist wants to get on the island because there's also happens to be a super soldier serum hidden somewhere on it. Coincidence much? And I wouldn't mind it so much if both those things were somehow tied together. Maybe the super soldier serum was there because Argus had it there or something. That's all you needed to do. All you had to do to make it more believable. Okay, whatever. So again, season 2 kind of starts out with they're doing the flashback thing, whatever. And as it turns out, they decided to take another approach this season and have the flashbacks, instead of just thematically tying into what's going on in the present day, it's literally going to tie into what happened in the present day. So the big villain in the flashbacks that season is Slade Wilson Deathstroke. Who's the villain in the present day? Slade Wilson Deathstroke. And it's this thing where, like, Oliver and Slade Wilson have this big fight in the flashbacks. Deathstroke, Slade Wilson gets defeated, and then he shows up in present day. How convenient. On the second season of the show, which also happens to be the second year he's on the island. Wow, what a coincidence. And this is also kind of a side thing here. You kind of always knew that Deathstroke was going to show up in present day at some point. If he was in the flashbacks, you knew that he was going to show up in present day. They'd be stupid not to do it. Stupid. And in my opinion, I think it still turned out pretty good, what they did. It worked fine. It made for a good second season on the whole, with some nitpicks that, hey, the good outweighed the bad on that season. Just like the first season, the good outweighed the bad, unlike the third season. But what I would have done, personally, I would have waited. Since this is a 5-year origin story, wait till the 5th year to have Deathstroke and Oliver have their falling out. Have him around for 5 years in those flashbacks. And then have him show up in the present day on the 5th season of the show. Now, how much more fucking epic would that been? If they exercised some patience with that. What instead we got it was good, but it could have been better. And again, pro wrestling analogies. Okay, what we call that is hot-shotting. Now they have the insurmountable task of having to top that with the flashbacks the following season. And if they just exercised some patience, they could have did something better. They could have saved the 1 year of flashbacks that tied directly into what was going on in present day. They should have waited to the end to do that. Because how do they follow that? How do they follow that? You can't follow that. So, anyway, so season 2 happens. Then we get the flashbacks this season. And again, they try doing it again with the flashbacks tie directly into what's going on in present day. And it just doesn't work. It doesn't fucking work. It doesn't work as well. It just feels like they're just copying what they did the second season, totally structurally the same thing. It it doesn't work as well as the Deathstroke shit. It just seems lame at this point. And and once again, it's a coincidence. Well, third season of the show is tying in directly into things that happened on this third season on the island, or well, just Hong Kong in this case. Okay, so we get to this moment in episode 9 where we first start seeing the direct connections. And here's a short pop quiz for you. What does Amanda Waller in Argus in Hong Kong hunting down China White have anything to do with the League of Assassins? Answer? Absolutely fucking nothing. It was so fucking forced. One of the guys from the flashbacks, this Maseo guy, this fanfiction character, he shows up as a member of the League of Assassins. And when I saw that, I just rolled my eyes. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And it was just another fucking thing in the show where it just caused me to just have even more apathy. It's just like, oh, come on. It's just another annoying thing. Like I said, they have nothing to do with each other. And it's like this other thing too. It's like, was everyone that Oliver knows ends up in the fucking League of Assassins? Freaking Merlin, his fucking girlfriend, Black Canary. And now this dude. It'd be like one thing if like Nanda Parbat was a fucking suburb of Starling City or something. It's not. It's a country in the fucking Middle East. And it's just like, was everyone fucking member of the fucking League of Assassins? Is like the League of Assassins the most important organization on planet Earth here? It's like everyone who's downtrodden in life fucking ends up in the fucking League of Assassins. The flashbacks this season 3, are just a freaking mess from the start. I mean, there was some cool stuff in the beginning because they tied Amanda Waller and Edward Fires and shit and to stuff that was going on in the first season, so that was a nice bit of continuity. And they brought back China White from the first couple seasons. Okay, that was cool. But like the thing they never explain in these first 9 episodes is what the heck does Amanda Waller need with Oliver Queen? It is never explained. It's not, at least not in these first 9 episodes. I mean, he's just some schmuck. Why does she need him? I mean, maybe the only thing I could think of would be if Amanda Waller needed some information from Oliver Queen concerning the undertaking, because she knows his father was somehow involved in that, and that's why his yacht was bombed. Or she needed to know about the Miracle or whatever, because she knows about Slade Wilson and all the shit that went on there. That's the only thing I can honestly fucking think of. There's no reason for him to be there. And the season 2 finale, they have the stinger is, Oliver's in Hong Kong now after the Mazo sinks, after the big fight with Slade Wilson, and Amanda Waller's there, and it's just a big long. These first 9 episodes, all the flashbacks, they're just boring. He's with Maseo. He's forced to work with this guy named Maseo who ends up in the League, and the DC Comics character Katana, and there's like a little kid there, and I just don't care. These are like the worst flashbacks the show's done thus far, and it's just annoying with the direct tie-ins to the present day. And from what I understand, it gets a lot worse going forward after these 9 episodes. I mean, it was better when it was just the thematic parallels, but now that they hot-shotted everything, and now everything's got to directly, conveniently tie into the corresponding year of flashbacks as the season, it's just a mess.